It's really dark. So, something like that.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible or Vibe.
So it's really hard to see. So the edges are black with like an ombre. And I can only do 3 hardcovers at a time. Oh, YouTube, here you go. I need to. It's really, really dark on YouTube. I'm gonna fix my lighting there. There it is. I can only do 3 hardcovers. All right. There's so much more to do. I cannot see the comments from here. Good morning, everybody. Oh,
I just watched somebody make $12,000 selling a T-shirt that took them literally minutes to make. They opened.
how do I already have a restriction. I don't even know why. I haven't even said anything yet.
Super expensive, just like a designer made it. And
My book is ads. My book is a new adult paranormal. Skylar is my FMC. It is a werewolf shifter series, and she starts the book out around 17, and she's the spare beta. She's the one nobody wanted. She is neglected and abused by her father and other pack mates. Kind of secretly becomes good at everything out of a need to be seen and loved and be better and not be the weakest link. So she becomes better out of necessity, not in spite of, and kind of finds herself in her studies, in having to learn on her own, having to be her own teacher for a long time. And she goes on a huge journey of self-discovery, self-worth, finding out where she belongs in this pack. A whole host of characters. So Sky's my main FMC, but we've got our future alphas, Cameron and Dakota. We've got Sky's brother, Mateo. We've got Oliver, who is the Gamma. We've got Sam, who's our Delta. Sierra is another female that comes into play. And they all have their own stories and arcs within this, but we follow Sky's journey. And I apologize, I've lost my voice. My daughter is a competitive dancer. And she had a competition last weekend, and they did very well. I lost my voice. I'm still trying to get it back a week later. But I discovered in the printing of my books that I couldn't quite get the color that I wanted right. And so I decided to spray all the edges myself. And with all of the snow days and inclement weather that we've had here in Ohio, um, my hardcovers took a little bit more time to come in. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, and for whatever reason, TikTok already thinks that I'm doing something else, even though I literally just started talking. I'm also testing out being on YouTube because of all of the developments with TikTok. I guess there's a lot more restrictions. It's been a couple months since I've gone live. A lot more restrictions. They're getting a lot more strict about what you promote out and blah, blah, blah. I'm promoting my own book, which I will set up to sell here on TikTok as soon as I figure this whole thing out. I did a Kickstarter, and my Kickstarter went gangbusters. My Kickstarter backers were freaking brilliant, and I couldn't even tell you how many more. I did not expect to sell as many as I did, and so now I'm still working on fulfilling those orders and figuring that out. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. So once I get all of my backers orders done, so now I have everything like bound and done, so I can do these orders, these edges. So once I have this whole shipping thing figured out, because I am move TikTok or move YouTube. I need a better light. Once I figure out this whole shipping situation, then I will put these books up on the TikTok shop. But I really feel like my Kickstarter backers, I need to focus on them right now so I can get these all out. Heather, you guys went bananas. I think I hit over $1,000 within the first hour. Like my goal was $500. That was my goal. I did a lot more than that. Yes, Christina, I keep hearing stuff like this is my first time going live probably since before New Year. And I just keep hearing like just weird things. Like I just got a violation. I hadn't even started talking yet. So I hadn't even promoted my book anywhere else. Like I talk about Kickstarter because that's where I funded my first set, which was great because I couldn't even be doing this without my backers. Like my backers allowed me to actually pay off a lot of the debt that I had incurred developing the book in the first round. I mean, it took me years to write it, and I was able to pay off a lot of those credit cards, and I was able to purchase a lot of the extras. So the supplies I needed to do the vellum inserts, and I have leather bookmarks. I actually have them. They're hanging over here. I got these adorable little leather bookmarks. They're little corner ones. I was able to do a whole bunch of extra stuff. I actually was able to purchase a shrink wrap. Actually, you can see it right back there. I was able to purchase a shrink wrap because with the weather, with the timing, oh my God, ads. The biggest thing that I've heard from other self-published authors was getting your books delivered before you ship them out. Everything comes in just cardboard. Although I will say 48-hour books has been amazing. They actually send me all of my books come shrink wrapped. So I've only had 2 damages that I've seen so far. And it's really just the outside edge corners. And I think that's more, they're just bent from the shrink wrap itself. But yeah, I mean, 48-hour books has shrink wrapped everything, which is what I was afraid of. So now I want to shrink wrap before I send out. Oh, thank you for the gift. So I'm shrink wrapping everything because I just want to protect it. I have a lot of people overseas. I've got a lot of people in the UK. Australia, New Zealand, like they're going pretty far. So I want to make sure that they're protected. So when people get the book, they get the book and not some half-ass version of it. So yeah, that's it. So I'm currently spraying the edges of my hardcovers. I work a half day on Fridays. I am a teacher, so I'm getting a few more done before I have to leave and go to school. It's fun here. Yes, I am bubble wrapping as well. So I have actually all of those boxes. That's what that is. That's all. Well, top box is garbage, but the two big boxes on the bottom, they're bubble wraps too. So they will be shrink wrapped. They'll be bubble wrapped. Yeah, I'm doing as much as I can. I got all my boxes in. So various versions of these boxes. So like, I mean, even my stickers and stuff are going to come in the extra bubble wrap. So I've got everything in now, which is great. So now I'm just working on how to charge the shipping. Like I'm going through Kickstarter's got like a thing, a program that they do. So I'm just testing that out for now because they have so much support, which is really what I need while I'm literally learning as I go. I've never done this before. So yeah, if anybody has any questions on this journey, it's been long and hard, and I've done everything probably the hardest way that I possibly could. But it's working, and I now know what I want to outsource for next time, what I can outsource for next time, what I really enjoy doing, for myself. Maybe there we go. As a creator, there's things that I just enjoy doing. Like I actually don't mind doing the sprayed edges. The only thing is I can't do the fun and crazy like the different designs and stuff. The hardcovers are a little bit more time consuming. With the paperbacks, I was able to spray those edges, and I was able to do like 10 at a time with the hardcovers because I have to protect the edges. They take a little bit more time to spray and then dry. Yeah, and for anyone who's curious, I mean, I'm down in my laundry room. This is my office. This is where I go. This is what I do. And yes, I do use spray paint inside my house. I have a filter going. But I'm not about to be spray painting in my garage in Ohio. And I just use spray paint to figure out where I can. I'm blind and I set it down somewhere. Thank you. Hey.
There's no measure of sound unadjusted to the sciences. I was born in 1947 in Glendale, into a fairly normal American family. But that soon changed when my father, Irv Robbins, founded one of the biggest.
And I'm just listening to YouTube music, but whatever I chose is got like 1,000 ads. Okay, I'm not enough, I swear. There we go. There you go. There, YouTube can see me a little better. TikTok, let me move you so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, and I just spray these. I have a couple of author copies that are so many different versions of whatever I'm spraying because I tested everything out on my author copies. A couple of them are insane and they will never see the light of day past my bookshelves, but I might give some of those away too. And I also have a drawing to do because I did have several people that entered the drawing for a hardcover, so I got to do that as soon as I get these all done. So these are all hand done. So there's no two boats. I mean, they're sprayed the same, but they're not sprayed exactly the same because it's all me. And those they take all day to dry because they got to cure so they don't bleed down onto the pages. So you just go. I do not. Okay. I'm running out of shelf space. That's the other thing that I'm discovering with this whole situation is I have probably reorganized my shelves 50 times in the last couple weeks just to make room for everything. All right. That time to probably pack about 2 orders.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder.
Trick is like
Smart nutrition apps, inventory
like that's one set of orders.
The only thing stopping me
It spans 2 whole pages, so I have to make sure that I'm doing the
endless app ideas. So let's make it. Pro tip: I
Right,
grab
it's
full
orders.
spec in ChatGPT, and then I drop the prompt directly in Base 44. It gives me super detailed structure. And here it is. Everything I laid out in detail as it goes. This is pretty awesome, but I want to make it playful. So I'm going to add a swipe left and swipe right interface. Same usability we all know. Now I'm going to add a one-minute feature. So
I
if you have
am
a favor, it'll screen code what we call the prompt.
Where's
Start building the
the-
app itself. And that's it. Just come up with your idea, any idea, and Base 44 will do the rest. So go to Base 44 and create apps with your name on it.
So this is for Anna. Yeah. Anna got my first part 10, so it comes with the art prints. The novella download. Ooh, speaking of that, I did finally finish Sierra's book. I finished that last week, 2 weeks ago. My days are running all over the place. Stop talking. So I am in the editing process of that novella. So for those of you who haven't gotten the novella yet, that's why. I threw that in as a bonus because the backers were insane. You guys were insane, so I had to add more. Things to the more tiers, more rewards, things like that. And so a novella I did from Sierra's story. So Sierra is like Skylar's best friend. She's kind of that found family best friend, that instigator, that person that makes you just do the thing. I've got kind of her origin story is what I wrote. So I am in the process of editing that right now. Along with, I'm still writing the Unwanted Luna series over on the reading app. I don't want to get blocked, but if somebody wants to throw that in there, I did start writing on a paper chapter platform. And yes, I do know that it's expensive. But it's because the platform actually takes 50%. So they basically double charge what everything should be for. And that's out of all of the author's controls. We actually do not control how much the chapters are, how much the chapters cost. A lot of it is based on fandom. So the more people that read, I think they actually make it a little bit more expensive. It's kind of a supply and demand thing. But over on that platform is where I started, and that's where Unbreakable came from. That OG book is really kind of what set me apart, and that's actually I think it's my 8th book that I've written. I started writing over COVID. I was a classroom para, and I was with special needs students, so I was in a unique position where I was quite literally useless. There was nothing I could do because all of the teacher was still doing what she needed to do for the students, but because they're special needs, a lot of times the things that we were working on was like with writing, it was hand over hand. They needed that hands-on. Well, that's nothing that I could do. That was, all their parents were doing that. And life skills. We were doing a lot of life skills with them. So we did a lot of cooking and doing the dishes and counting money, things like that, doing their laundry, folding. And that, again, that's a lot of things that, while we had the shutdown, there's nothing I could do. So I started writing. I've always had little stories in my head. I've always done little things, but I was like, why not? I was a subscriber. I was a reader when I started, and I was like, well, it's not that hard. I have the stories, why not? And that's where it came from. Thank you for all the gifts. I do appreciate it. So that's where I started. But so I'm still writing currently for them. I do know on the readers end it can be expensive, and they don't do as many. Like you used to be able to, watch ads and do things to earn like points to go towards chapters, and I know that that's not so much the case anymore. Really awkward looking at YouTube like that. And I wish they did more of those things, but again, it's out of my control. But it is where I started, and it's also how I back a lot of this. That's how I started a lot of this. I keep all of that separate from my family stuff, but it's allowed me to. I guess I take that back. I use it on things for my kids. Both of my kids are exceptional humans. They're both going to a trade school for high school. Both of them are taking college prep classes on top of doing trades training as a sophomore and junior in high school. They both work. I mean, nominally, they both work a couple of days over the weekends. My son wrestles varsity and plays lacrosse for varsity. My daughter's a competitive dancer. They both also help me with this. I actually pay them to help me with this. So my humans are exceptional humans. So writing has allowed me to support them in a way that like my parents couldn't necessarily do that when I was younger. I'm not worried about, do I buy lunch or do I buy sporting equipment that they need? Or, can we afford to stay in the hotel while we travel? Or do I have to travel back and forth and just deal with that because it's cheaper to pay for gas than it is for a hotel? So the writing has allowed me to do all of that. And now with the Kickstarter getting me out there, I've been able to put it on the A to Z shop. I'm looking at the ETSY, the Esmeralda is what I'm going to call her. I do have my own website. I'm still working on that. I don't have anything live on there because I don't understand how to program it. My husband is helping me with that. So we've kind of taken this writing thing and turned it into a family affair. So that's the only way that I was able to do that was because of my backers. My backers were everything. And so now I'm trying to put all my effort into this, which is why it's taking so long. I did this Kickstarter campaign back in August. And I've probably hit every snag that you could physically hit between then and now. So getting the paperback. Please. Oh, you know what? This is already looking. I am signing all of these, which feels very weird, by the way. I don't know if any other first-time authors have ever, putting my signature on feels very just pompous and very presumptuous. I'm doing it because it was asked of me, but it's a little bit crazy. Yeah, putting my signature on stuff. And then I got vellum. Where's that? There. The vellum has been probably one of the more interesting things. Trying to print this out. So again, I tried to use a printer, and it just was not printing the way that I wanted. But this is really hard to see. There. Oh, it actually works on my window behind me. So that is the Colosseum. So that's gonna go over a page. For you to get out of the way. There we go. Works really nicely. There we go. Working on this. So that's the Colosseum, where they training grounds. That is the jungle gym. And not exactly, but I had to design these myself. So, and this is one of those, like, if you know, you know things. This is probably my favorite one that I've designed. So that's Skylar and Sierra. And then this is my This is my favorite scene in the entire book. I'm not going to explain it. If you know, you know. But probably my absolute favorite. I'm trying to make it so you guys can still see me, but okay, and the people that can do this wrapping, I had to do this like 9 times to figure out how to wrap these books, like the book way with all the cool photos and stuff. I gotta remember how to do it. Yeah, all these artsy crafty people, I'm not that good. I am so creative in so many ways. This is not that way. I probably had to watch like 6 TikToks how to do this. And I finally found somebody who did it slow with tissue paper. And yeah, it was. First time I did it, it probably took me 10 minutes. Not gonna lie. But it really does work very good. The other thing is figuring out sizes. Yes, I know I need to get a paper cutter. It's just one of those things I don't have. So those of you who got orders from this original, literally my hands are all over every inch of this thing. So all imperfections are all me. Oh my God, my fingers really loud. All the imperfections, they are humanized imperfections. And I wrap it all together. I've seen some authors do like the cool wax seals and stuff. I will definitely look into that for next time. For now, I was just really trying to figure out how to just wrap the thing. So everybody who placed an order, I am still working with Easy Ship is the company on printing those labels. That's really kind of where I'm at right now. Once I figure out how to batch print those labels, This room is so warm. Once I figure out how to batch print those labels and get all of that going, that's literally my last step. So shipping will get charged through the Kickstarter campaign. That should be happening in the next couple of weeks. It literally took me a month to figure out how to load my order from Kickstarter into EasyShip. Once I figured out like the right format to get everything in there, then I was able to actually get everything loaded so I could actually start getting quotes for shipping. That took forever. Like it's a lot of that like nuancy stuff. That's been like the big thing, but now I know. So a lot of it was weight and size and measurement, and I didn't know that because I didn't have any of my boxes. Oh yeah. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm live.
Next up is the AI section. Awesome. This is great for those websites.
All right, Logan.
I love you. Bye. Yes, I do sleep. Not a lot, but yes, I do sleep. It's been helpful because like the writing part, nobody can help me with. But my kids and my husband have been able to help me. My daughter's also really creative, and my son just does what I tell him to. So they've been a huge part of this too. Is my husband runs or helps run another business. He manages another business. So all that back admin crap that I don't like to do, he's been helping me out with. I've had to figure out a lot of it because I like to know what I'm doing. But I'm slowly pushing a lot of that to him. He likes numbers and spreadsheets, and I hate them. Hold on. I have to keep the basement door closed. Otherwise, my cats come in and then there's hair everywhere. I hate all the admin stuff. I hate data and spreadsheets. It's his like favorite thing in the world. Go figure. So, so I'm starting to turn some of that over. So it's been really helpful. I'm going to say something else. I forget. Yes, somebody else told me that too. Actually, my mom, my sister, and my brother-in-law all ordered books. So they are my test dummies. Thanks, Mommy. And they all ordered like different versions of the book packages that I had. So yeah, so my family is my test dummies. And they know that. So it works out. But yeah, because I actually bought, hey, look at this. I bought Took You Out. Unplug it. Oh, I bought this off the TikTok shop. Oh, look at that TikTok. Look, I bought something off the TikTok shop. Jaden's printer. I actually love this. I printed a few other like stickers and stuff from it. A little pixelated for my taste as far as like stickers. But not bad for like closing a package, putting like stuff like that. But some of the artwork was a little pixelated for what I wanted, because I was hoping to print some of my own stickers. But that is one of the printers that was recommended as far as printing shipping labels. I can only imagine what I sound like. Like my voice is already like deep and kind of hoarse and husky anyway. But not having a voice after screaming all weekends. So here's like some of my stickers. That one's like a deep purple. It's really hard to see light in here. That one just says Unbreakable. I do have another light. I just don't know where she went. See, that's the downside to having people down here with me is in my space is people move shit. And it makes me angry. So that's mine. My logo. Actually, I think I put that on TikTok for a poll for voting. And actually, all of the little foliage, I'll try to put it really, really close so you guys can see. All the foliage is all different. There we go. Different foliage specifically from Unbreakable because Sky's book was my first book, but they were all they all have different meanings. This one's another if you know, you know. You know, you know. I need to find a better light. No, Pixelated does not have name. I don't know if I have one printed. I do, but it's actually stuck to my desktop computer, so you can't see it. Like it doesn't look bad, but I had like smoke furling out of something, and literally it's dots. So while it would be cool in some situations, there's Sky's Wolf. Where'd you go? There you are. That one was a fun one to design. Really, really hard to get the colors right. And I had to put it on black. I was really hoping to put it on like a steel gray or something lighter. Had to put it on black because of the way that I designed it because I'm a clown. What else? I have so many stickers. That was like the first wolf that I designed. There we go. Now we focused. That was the first wolf that I designed, and it was just a little too harsh for Sky, for me, which is why I ended up coming up with the other one. And I found out that this thing has a name. So the little chapter breaks, it's called Dingus, I guess, something to that effect. But this is actually the chapter breaks in the book. It's kind of hard to see. There is actually artwork inside the moons. If I can get close enough on YouTube for you to see it. Give me one of those when you get it situations. But these are the chapter breaks. But yeah, this is one of those things like it was easier and in all reality cheaper for me to outsource these. And I mean, I got 300, 500 stickers, so I'm gonna have stickers for years. And this was one of those things like I had been talking about stickers, or I was looking up stickers, or I like how to print stickers or whatever, and one of those random ads that pops up because everything's listening. And this brand has been amazing. I had one mistake come through and one missing come through, and they actually reprinted the whole order, which was phenomenal. Okay, next order. And I was kind of stupid, and the way that I printed this out, I didn't do the edge labels, so I'm having to go through and like count and make sure like the lines match as it goes across two pages. All right. And then the other thing is a lot of people ordered like multiple signed book plates or multiple sets of vellum, so I'm having to go back and like double check. And yeah, my husband's gonna help me format a little bit better, so those things show up a little bit better for me. All right, so right now I'm doing Vicky's order. She was my 54th order. I do love that Kickstarter did that for me, so I know where everybody was like in the ordering process. It's like I know who my first order was. I know who my last order was. It's kind of cool. And I had 150 backers that like ordered product. I had several people who just donated to the cause. I had several people that just ordered. There was like a $5 entry fee for a drawing for sprayed hardcover, and I think I had 4 or 5 of them. So just donating and hoping to get stuff. Alright, so this is gold. Extra booklet. Two of those. She got double art and characters. Yeah, so I also know that I need more space, and I'm trying to learn not to move like out into my house. I like keeping this all here. I have animals, oak breed, dog sit, so I'm trying to keep everything here as much as possible.
You can plan, customize, expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion.
And apparently YouTube wants me to create an app. So that's all that I've been getting. Oh, could I have oak? But it says remove my background noise. It's really funny. I'm also doing laundry. Like there's all kinds of nonsense going on in here. Like mom life. This is real. Just fit things in where you can. Yes, I think for book 2, I was really happy with my cover designer. The dust jacket was like the colors and the fonts. I want to tweak it a little bit more for next time. But she took everything that I asked for and fit everything in that I asked for. So I think I'm actually gonna have her design a couple sticker designs for me. And possibly some vellum. Right now my vellum is black and white because so far that's been the best like output that I have found. I think for book 2 I'm gonna keep that consistent. Actually for the rest of the books I'm gonna keep it consistent. I keep stepping out of frame, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it pretty consistent with that, but another thought that I had when this is all said and done. I have all the books done. The series is officially complete. I might do like a massive, like an omnibus, and with that, I might do some colored vellum, some other additions. So there's a lot of ideas. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself because while editing, I'm also still editing book 2. I've got the breakdown. Book 2 will have more. One of the things that I felt like I shortchanged the first time around was Sky's time outside of the pack. I don't want to give it away too much, but Sky does leave her pack for a time. She spent some time away from her pack in book 2, and I'm going to elaborate on her time away. I've had requests for other points of view, so I might outline and brainstorm some of those for other little novellas and giveaways. Because the original book I did bounce in and out of characters, but it was kind of haphazard. It really didn't make any sense. It was just at a whim. I felt like somebody's point of view was better at delivering that part of the story. And so changing over, I'm keeping Unbreakable from Sky's point of view. So we do get cliffhangers isn't the right word, but y'all know me. I'm a cliffhanger queen. But more fade to black, cut to black, where there's just gaps of time that happen. So with that, because I'm taking out some of the guys' point of view, some of Sierra's point of view, I'm going to hope to fill that in with some other like novellas and other little things to add to it. Like I can't see. I'm blind. I am still working on this whole wrapping. This is insane. Like people who do this professionally, I envy you because oh wait a minute. And because I knew I was going to shrink wrap these, it's why I opted for like tissue paper as opposed to anything more like thick. I couldn't find any dark teal paper. So I know it seems like it's taking forever, but orders are being processed. We are getting through. I am going to test dummy on my family members. If anybody is affluent on starting that TikTok shop situation, let me know. But I think I have time for one more. This is Amy. Just so y'all know, my signature is terrible. In another life, I was a massage therapist, and I worked with chiropractic doctors, and all doctors' handwriting sucks. And now, as a teacher, I teach kindergarten, so like my handwriting in general, like my handwriting looks like a font. My signature looks like I sneezed while I was writing. It's quite amazing. LMR, that is my actual initials too. Like it's a play on my name, but so my pen name is a play on my name, but LM is that is my name. It's funny because I don't use my actual like my legal last name, which my husband threw a fit about. But my legal last name is hard to say. So using my pen name, keep my life separate. I'm not allowed to talk into this. I will say, figuring this out it does look good. And I always enjoy getting books that look like this. Might also get a wax seal, but I need to make one of my own. I was trying to look at. I need like a custom look. So. Shrink. Add to get that hand. There we go. Shrink wrap in little sticks. Anybody who does this for a living, don't come at me. Oh, I got a puzzle piece on TikTok. Sorry. Anyway, okay. Anybody who does shrink wrapping and stuff like that for a living, don't come at me. I am a self-taught expert. Yeah, I'm a self-taught expert. There we go. It's not perfect, but it works. And I'm frugal, so I try to use all of my stuff to the best of my ability. Anybody in the U.S. who remembers Blockbuster, back in the day, I actually worked for them when I was in high school, and this like brings back like PTSD memories of shrink wrapping VHS, like used copies, because we would sell used copies of VHS tapes, and we would have to go in and shrink wrap them. So two actually kind of the difference. Just never had one this big. Looks like that, and then I'll go in and shrink her. So I try to do 3 at a time. 3 seems to be like what I have space for, and that's a capacity for, in all honesty. because obviously I don't want to mix up orders. I don't want to mix up what people got. A lot of my backers, like that. A lot of my backers ordered extra things. Helps when you remember that not both ends are closed. So I want to make sure everybody got what they want. They've been waiting a really long time for all of this production. I don't want to have to wait longer for something that I messed up. The nice thing is, going forward, I will have all of this already set, so I won't have to wait for everything to come in to start doing orders. I can start packing as I go. Because I have OCD with like my bookshelves. I love when series match. So like the size of the books is going to be about the same. The height, the width is going to be the same. So now I have all the parts and pieces. I'm not guessing anymore. So going forward, the process should be significantly smoother. I probably, because I'm frugal, I probably could save the tops of these, but I don't have like pens or anything of that nature that I'm doing yet. But maybe if I get to that point, I'll start saving these scraps and shrink wrapping those things. For now, that's where they're going. Alright. Just because these things draw power, I can't do it all at the same time. And just for fun, the spin cycle started going. I do have a microphone, but I went on live on a whim. So I didn't think to turn it on, but I wish I could get you closer, but yeah. This is very satisfying. My kids like doing this stuff. The trick will be doing this on the hardcovers and not doing anything to the edges and the corners. And not busting a hole in it. So you can see it wrinkles up the tissue paper a little bit, but there it is. Right. But I feel like it's just one of those things that adds a layer of protection to the book, protects those corners. I don't trust anybody anymore, so I don't trust that it's not going to get dropped or thrown or whatever. All right, so it's 3 more orders done. Starting to build up a stockpile. It's nice, but I am gonna head off. I gotta go to work. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing more lives. I'm gonna try to jump on lives on YouTube as well, just because I know the fate of TikTok is kind of up in the air right now. I'm definitely gonna stay here. This is where my people are at. But I'm gonna try to, do both. Working on camera angles. I've got new microphones and new sound equipment that I was able to get that was gifted to me. So I'm gonna work on that. Get my labels printed out. So hopefully, I was hoping last week I could get some stuff shipped out, but printing labels is harder than I thought. So, but thank you guys for hanging with me. I'll see you guys all later.